Oh, sorry, I'm thinking. Okay, so I was listening to something, right? And, follow up to the video or the upload that I just did yesterday or very early this morning. Uh, Talking about become like a child in physical world versus dream world. Well, now I was listening to somebody because I was thinking again today, but I wasn't so quick to want to do an upload because I wanted to get everything together. Like I wanted my thoughts to be in order, so that meant I need to be sure about what I was going to say. I need to be sure about what I was going to say. So I didn't record nothing what I was thinking, because what I was thinking is like these people, and they don't know any better. I'm not hopping on them, okay? I stopped looking at their videos. These people that's really feeding into the matrix, like they're talking about military and they talking about like what's happening with the military, what's happening with Biden, what's happening with what's happening with the powers that be, what's happening with gas, what's happening with food, stocking up. People keep saying stock up still. And what's up? But you know what? I just want you to answer this question. Anybody who's listening, I don't. When I say that, sometimes I talk as a in a direct way, but it's not to, hop on anybody. But I just want you to answer this question. Have you ever in your dreams? Okay, in your dreams, not the crap that they want to put in your head, because sometimes when you digest the crap they want to give you by looking at the news and stuff all the time, it kind of ends up in your dreams because you started to digest everything they want to put in your subconscious. But other than that, other than digesting they foolishness, do you ever have to stock up on food in your dreams? Do you ever have to worry about not being able to pay your bills in your dreams? Do you have presidents in your dreams? Do you have all these problems with military and stuff? And the thing is, like when you see prophecy, oh yeah, I saw doing meditation prophecy. Well, that's because of the stuff that could be in your subconscious. But I'm just talking about your regular dreams before being put into this false physical reality. What is your dreams other than this false physical reality? Because sometimes when we take the physical reality too seriously, we bring it into our dreams, and then we kind of mess up our real world. Okay. But I'm talking about other than not taking, like, let's just say if you don't take none of this stuff that they want to give you, let's just say you don't want to take none of it in. Like when you dream, do you see people with face masks on? Did you see people with face masks on? Because if you did, then that's probably because of the matrix is starting to really get into your dreams. But the people who didn't see it, then it didn't completely get into their subconscious the way these folks wanted to. Okay. Now, the reason why I say that is and I say these people that's uploading these videos, they're helping to create the reality to make it real. The ego world, they're helping to make the ego world the real world. These people that keep uploading these videos with these warnings, they don't know any better, so I'm not trying to get on their case. They don't know any better. They think they really saying something, and I get it. But what they're doing is they're helping to strengthen the ego world, which is a false physical reality, which is actually kind of what they call Earth. Earth is the physical world, right? Well, the physical world is an illusion. So is Earth an illusion? But anyway, I don't want to get to that. That's a different conversation. But yeah, what they're doing is they're helping to strengthen the ego world. They're helping to feed the false reality when they constantly do videos talking about what the entities are doing. Here's why. I was listening to a video today, and a person was saying that a lot of these entities, like say even Bill Gates, even like the president, even these people that's trying to start these wars, the government, shadow government, all of them, they don't exist beyond the physical reality. So what they have to do is they have to keep trying to put stuff in your head, because they cannot exist. They don't exist in the real world. They certainly don't exist outside the simulation. They certainly don't exist outside the simulation. And they don't exist. You notice you don't usually see them in your dream world unless you've taken them in your subconscious, okay? Unless you've taken them in your subconscious. But other than that, most of the time they don't exist in the dream world. They only exist and the false, fake, physical reality, which is what you call the ego world. That's where they exist. So they have to do all this stuff and create all this fear. They have to keep you from relaxing. And even if you don't take what they say seriously, like I said with that previous upload, even if you don't take COVID seriously, even if you're not even bothered by the gas problems, like the war, okay, the war between Ukraine and Russia, that was probably starting to fizzle out in people's heads, okay? They need you to believe their illusion. So what do? Because they make the rules, they force you to pay attention about rising gas prices. So now they're forcing you to pay attention to their crap. They're forcing you to take them seriously when they don't even exist for real. They're forcing you. When they make the rules with this COVID and all that other stuff, they're forcing you because they're making the rules even when a lot of people didn't even believe them and didn't even take it seriously. But now they're forcing you. They're mandating you to wear a mask. They did then. They probably will again. They're mandating this. Okay, well, you're going to lose your job if you don't do this. See, they're forcing you to take this in subconsciously. They're forcing you to take it in because they need to be real in your world. They don't exist for real. They don't exist in the real world. They only exist in the false, fake reality. So they need to do all this stuff to you. And if you don't take it seriously, because they're still making all the rules, they make it where you can't function without paying them any attention. Just like they did with insurance. Okay, well, now your insurance is going to be higher because of such and such. They're doing stuff to make you have to pay them attention, because they're making the rules in the false, fake reality. That's why I was saying become a child for a day. Get them out your head for a day and see what changes. And I'm talking about, I really would like a whole lot of folks to do this. Get them out your false, fake reality for just don't think about them for, well, it's hard not to think about them. If they're making the rules, it's hard not to think about them. But at the same time, you have to give more energy to a false world, and you to the point where you make the false world, you make the false world your real world. Okay, that's when you're completely separated from your true self when that happens. Okay, but no, I was just thinking about what I heard somebody say about how the stuff that's going on now and the people that's creating this stuff, the entities that's creating this stuff, these illusions, they don't exist outside the physical world. They don't exist outside the fake world. So they have to keep doing stuff like this. And unfortunately, it's hard to ignore them when they're the ones making the rules. You can ignore them. Okay, well, you're ignoring me. Well, guess what? Gas price is going to be $7 a gallon. How about that? Ha ha. Because they're making the doggone rules. Now you're forced to pay them some doggone attention. Oh, well, you're going to ignore this? Oh, you don't want to take me seriously? Well, I'll make the rules. So now, everybody, we're going to come in your house and we're going to make sure you get what we want you to get in your veins. Or wherever they put it. You're forced to pay them some damn attention. That's why that last upload was like, be a child for a day. Dissolve your ego for a day. It's hard to completely dissolve it. It takes time, because if you're of a certain age, then your ego, you start to get in your ego after you're past the age of 5. That's when you start to get into your ego. That's when you start to go to school. That's when you start to go to work. That's when you start to have all these friends and your family. Everything influence you. That push you further, and along with everything that's going on in the world with these entities in power. And only in the physical world, that is, fake world. And so it takes more than just one day to completely dissolve it, because of years of that stuff that the ego has actually taken over your true self. It's actually most people identify with their ego because of this particular false, fake world that we have to work and pay bills and raise our children and all that stuff. And then they add all this stress to it. And so most people identify with the false physical world, that most people identify with the false ego world. Okay, but take one day to not even identify with the ego world and become a child, become 5, become 3 years old. Take one day to do that and see even if you want to meditate, that's fine too. But during meditation, what I learned is try not to take meditation so seriously. Meditation is not to take seriously. Meditation is to get everything off your mind, all this stuff that don't even need to be in your head. It's just to stop your thoughts for a second. Even if it's 5 minutes, stop your thoughts for a second, because the ego is getting too much power. The fake world is getting too much power. 5 minutes to just stop your thoughts. That's all meditation. It's not that serious. Meditation is taken too seriously because people make it that way. Meditation is not to be taken seriously. It's not. You're just quieting your mind for a good, even if it's 2 minutes, to give your ego, not give your ego so much power. Because when you constantly thinking and constantly have thoughts and constantly, it's like your ego is being given too much power. The fake world is being given too much power. So meditation is just to stop them thoughts for like a second, for a minute. Just stop the thoughts. You ain't got to sit with your back up all erect with Indian style. No, you ain't got to do all that. Because I don't. I'm going to be comfortable. Okay, so anyway, that'll be it, and I will talk later. Alrighty.